So today we're going to be talking about the one question I get more than any other, and that is, should you file for patent protection? Let's talk about that. Hi everyone, I'm Elias Borges. I'm a registered patent and trademark agent and lawyer, and I've been practicing for over 30 years. On this channel, we discuss tips and strategies to maximize the value of your intellectual property so that you can grow your business and build your brand. If you're not already a member, you should consider subscribing. Okay, so whether or not you should file for a patent really depends on two things. First of all, is there any possibility, reasonable possibility, that you could get a patent for your invention if you applied for it? And the only way to answer that question would be to do some kind of preliminary patent search. Now, these patent searches can be done relatively easy. There are a lot of free patent searching tools that you can use, like for instance, Google's patent search tool is a really good one. The United States Patent Office also has a free web-based patent search tool which you can use, which is also very good. So what you do is you do one of these searches and you do as much searching as you possibly can to see if you can find similar types of patents that cover your invention. If you can't find too many of them, and if your invention seems significantly different from all of the others out there, then there's a reasonable chance at least that you can get a patent for your invention. Now, having said that, even if you do a patent search, realistically, the chances of getting a patent are only approximately 50% or thereabout. Approximately 50% of all patent applications which are filed with the US Patent Office end up as granted patents. The other 50% are either abandoned or simply rejected by the Patent Office, usually because they're abandoned, usually because the Patent Office rejects those applications. Now, when you look at it and you say, well, 50-60% chance of getting a patent, that's not really great. But you have to look at it in the larger context. Remember, you're trying to get a patent in order to, as part of your business strategy. Now, if you're introducing a new product and you're introducing a new business, you have to understand the probability of success, that is, that the product is going to be successful and that your business is going to be successful, isn't really that great to begin with. Statistically speaking, approximately 80% of all new businesses end up failing, and a majority of new products which are introduced into the market eventually fail. So generally speaking, the upshot of this is that you have a greater chance of getting a patent than you have of actually creating a successful business and a successful product. So all else remaining equal, should you apply for a patent? The answer is yes, you should, because the chances of you being granted a patent are generally much higher than the chances that the product and the business is going to be successful. Now, the other thing you have to consider is why you're getting a patent in the first place. The reason you're getting a patent is to basically protect your invention should that invention become successful. Should your product be successful, it would be really advantageous to have a patent, because then that would allow you to charge as much as you possibly can for that product. So the second factor in whether or not you should be filing a patent application is the cost of preparing, filing, and processing the application through the entire patent process. Now, depending on how you file the application and whether or not you use a fancy, big, downtown type of patent firm to prepare your application for you, or do you use someone like myself, that will determine how much you're going to spend on that patent. So generally speaking, what is the cost? Well, it varies from case to case a lot, but for most things that you are going to be looking at, you should be budgeting something in the $15,000 to $30,000 range to get a patent for your invention. That's from start to finish. That is from preparing the application and filing it, to processing it, and then eventually getting your patent. Okay. If it's possible to get you a patent for your invention, you should be able to do it for that kind of price range. Again, assuming someone like myself prepares it for you. Other firms charge other prices. You have to understand that. So then the question of should you be filing for a patent application really boils down to one really simple question. Do you have the funds available to spend between $15,000 to $30,000 to prepare and file that patent application? Okay, it takes about 2 to 4 years to process the application. So you're looking at, that's the kind of cost you'll be looking at over that entire time period. So that's basically the question. Can you fit that in your budget? And if the answer is yes, you're prepared to spend that kind of money, you have that kind of budget for legals and for other types of intellectual property protection issues, then definitely you should be filing a patent. However, if your total budget for legal fees and costs and so on is less than, say, $5,000 to $10,000, then my advice is don't file a patent application, because you're not going to be able to get a patent for that kind of low budget. So basically, like so much, it really depends on budget. If you can fit it in your budget, definitely apply for a patent. If you can't fit it in your budget, well, then you should be looking at other things, other ways to try to gain some kind of advantage in the marketplace. Okay, so I'm Elias Borges. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to comment on the video. And if you have any ideas for topics you'd like to explore and more information on, please leave me a comment in the comments section below. If you like this video, give it a like and do consider subscribing. Thank you very much.